Hey, what's up, everyone? It's been over 3 weeks of this COVID-19 lockdown, and I believe most people, like you and I, were running a business yet stuck at home, right? We're probably thinking of multiple ways. What else can we do to continue to, move our business forward? And today, we're going to talk about how we can utilize a website to do just that. I'm your host, Chubho, and you're watching DXTV. I'm privileged to have Cyrus Check with us today, and he is the founder and director of ETC Global. They're a tech company with 10 years experience in custom web and apps development. They serve over 200 customers across 11 countries, and Cyrus is going to share with us today his opinion and his thoughts about the importance of website and what we can do with a website to actually move our business forward. So, Cyrus, hey, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Hello guys. My name is Cyrus. I'm a programmer, and as much as I'm a business owner of myself also lah. So I'll tell you a little bit of my business journey lah. So I start doing IT since I was 16. So the reason why I do IT is because I just feel that I have a very great passionate towards IT industry. So when I was then I do some trainings like computer hardwares at first, computer hardwares and selling pen drive or diskette used to back then. I think when I was in college, I was offered an internship program, and I joined this company called Cyberis. It's actually a Malaysian airline system company. So I joined as an intern, and then I get to in charge of one of the system for this Malaysian airline. So my supervisor actually gave me a task to finish the task by 2 months. And then I found out it is not difficult, and I managed to finish in 2 weeks. So the reason why I go into my business myself is because I finished this task in 2 weeks, whereby the full-timer, the senior back then, he actually needs 2 months to be finished. So I finished this task and passed my supervisors. My supervisors actually take the pride lah to pass to the boss. And then the boss is very happy and actually commends the supervisors. He's doing a good job, and I heard it, and I feel I'm very unhappy about it lah. So then I finished my internship. After that, I think I can start my own, because I think these companies are not. I personally think that it's not structured enough. Maybe it's only my supervisors lah. So it's not structured enough. So I think I can do a better job out there. So when I was 21, I started my business myself, and then because of this great passion towards my own belief and my own knowledge, I managed to walk until today. Yeah. So
Wow.
Basically, this is my business journey.
That's a really interesting background there, and I obviously think like this is the first time you and I are doing a talk show together. I think having such an interesting background. Hey, what say you if we do another show just about how you started your business and the challenges that you went through, and maybe in that show, we're gonna address the common challenges that most young people are going through in their journey of starting a business. Let's plan for that next episode, right? So guys, stay tuned. We're gonna make another show with Cyrus, and hopefully I'll be able to extract some of the inspiring lessons that you viewers out there can take home and apply, right? So as I mentioned today, we're all stuck at home, and we want to talk about how you can actually utilize your business website to get your business going during MCO and beyond, right? So, like right now we're at home. Don't be surprised if you suddenly hear baby crying, wife clanking at the kitchen utensils. so that's life, right? And I think I'm sure you probably have gone out to buy your groceries. I certainly have.
Yep.
And sometimes we wonder, hey, can we buy groceries online? And there are a lot of all these providers actually sprouting up, and they're actually making good use of the digital technology, as simple as a website. Unfortunately, based on my observation and my experience, right, in business, I have experience with a lot of business owners who just somehow either don't see the reason why they should upgrade their website, modernize their website, or even have a website, right? There are still a lot of people out there right now. Of course, at this moment in time, those people out there who haven't actually upgraded their website, etc., are probably wondering what they can do about it, right? So I think, Cyrus, let me just ask you my first question. Yeah, I'm going to read it off my phone. So as I mentioned, most business owners, some of them have a website already. A lot of them already have a website by now, right? Smaller establishments, will be using Facebook page or even LinkedIn page, right? In times of a pandemic such as right now, right, and with the MCO in force, you and I and all those viewers out there who are stuck at home, how can having a website help the business owner? Maybe you can share with us, based on your experience out there. Yeah.
Okay. From my personal knowledge or what I know, building a website is essential, or rather than is very important for a business. But if the question would be asked in time of such a pandemic and MCO period, I would say website is not really useful, because that's what I think. Website, it takes time to build, and website to me is like a product. So after you build a product, right, you must know, you must be able to understand the know-how to actually market the website. So to me, if there's a choice of a website and also a Facebook page or LinkedIn page, I would rather, in this situation, I would rather for the audience to really go into Facebook and LinkedIn, just blast in your graphics or blast in what you sell into a group by groups, because now is the best time to promote your personal branding or your products via social media platforms. So social media platforms like Facebook and all this, easily you can get some tractions or get some visitors to actually come into your site easily, because I think 90% of people are doing, even our parents or even my grandmothers are going into Facebook looking to buy something or looking to see something from the social media platform. But website, I do not neglect this website, is because I think in this period everyone should go into to understand the know-how to actually build a website. So I think this is the best time for you to figuring out what kind of website do you want to build. Like it's up to you. It's depending on your business. So, but to me, you building a website is like building a store of your own in retails. So you must need to understand the interior design of the retail as well as the website. So you must know what your target audience is and what do you want to sell to the market. Because in retail, you can have your staff to actually serve the customers, to explain to them what you sell. But in website, no one is talking. So you must be able to deliver the content via a website without anybody serving the customers. So this is the part that I think most of the people must look into it. Yep.
Wow. I think in that very short answer that you gave, there are a lot of very useful components, right? So I'm going to try my best to address each of those components and break it down to smaller details, right? So first of all, you mentioned right now website is of no use. But for those who already have a website, maybe their website, it is still very much dated, right? Like they built their website maybe 5, 10, 7 years ago, right? Those people, I already have a website, but somehow it's just not, driving anything. And then now you're telling me website is useless. Heck, what do I do now? So, what would be your advice?
Okay. I think the question is that the website is useless for this current situation. I mean, in this MCO period, lah. that's what I'm trying to address. But I think website is good for the future, which means that's what I always think. When you're selling a service, for example, you do cleaning. To promote in Facebook and to promote to the website, what's the difference? So imagine that. I think most of the big companies or I would say the medium or to large companies, when they search for a service, normally they will go to a website. Why? Because they have no connection. Because in Facebook, they need to know your name to search you and then know for the service, or maybe see your advertising to actually get your service in. So you must prepare the current trend or the design of the website. The way to contact you is easier. It is easy to contact lah. The call to action in the website is also very important. Imagine that you have a WhatsApp button, then just click and we can WhatsApp you. That will create a lot of conversion for you. But let's say you have only a contact us page and you require a lot of information for your customers to actually type in. People are lazy. So if there's another choice, when we go to Google, we tend to open all the tab, like the first to at least the first link to the last thing, 10 tab like that. So people tend to compare website to website, and then when they choose, let's say they choose 3 out of 10 website, then how to filter the 3 is by the convenience of the contact to contact to the owner. So this is what we need to really look into the website, like how easy your website could be accessed, and also how much information or value that you can bring to the customers.
I think I concur and I agree with what you mentioned. Let me share with you my personal experience, right?
Yeah,
so we were preparing, we were somehow thinking, hey, there may be MCO, but we don't know lah. So my wife was like, she was on Lazada trying to shop for sanitizer. But at the time sanitizer was already out of stock. So we decided, let's find out how to make our own sanitizer. So we were looking for isopropyl. So on Lazada, there are the expensive ones and then there are the cheap ones. So we thought, wow, this one's so cheap. Okay, let's go and check it out. Then there was no review on Lazada, right? And then we were trying to look for the website. So there was exactly no website on. Don't know whether can pakai or not. So the trust is not there, Then we found another one, also reasonably priced, quite cheap. And then there's a website. But when we look at the website, right, it's like somebody just put up a website. Right? We saw that website. I feel like this really is like overnight, fly by night kind of thing. I don't trust this dude, man. So in the end, we chose to go for the more expensive one simply because number one of the provider had no website. Number two, the other provider had a website, but it was damn ugly. There was no legitimate information such as the content, from where, even how to contact the fellow. So it was very dodgy, some Gmail website. There was no proper business address, stuff like that, So at the end of the day, the trust was somehow not there, Then we found one provider. This one is like 2-3 times more expensive than the what we felt dodgy ones are, right? They had a proper website, right? And in their website, there were proper labels, there were proper contact. Maybe Cyrus, later you may want to share with us, what is an example of a legitimate website? Highlight to us what kind of things we need to consider to actually put inside the website such that it builds that trust, even though it's my first time finding out about the company. And eventually we made a decision to want to buy from the company. The point is, even though as a first-time viewer to the website, it managed to build trust, So I think coming back to the first answer that Cyrus addressed here, at this current point in time, yes, I think I would agree that it's a good time to actually start investing our time to actually build a website that can build trust with our market, our customers, right? And of course, at the same time, you mentioned right now focus on using Facebook and LinkedIn to actually build branding. Of course, when it comes to branding, there's personal branding and there's company branding. But I think I'm gonna take this topic, right, and we're gonna do another episode actually on about Facebook, right?
Right.
And we'll address that later at the end of this talk. Like what can you actually do about it? And we're privileged to have another expert to share with us, what you can do right now on Facebook. But coming back to our topic today, talking about preparing for the future when the MCO is lifted, and then what happens next, right? Cyrus, I'm just going to ask you another question is where, do you think that things are going to go back to the same as before MCO? What's your opinion on that?
Okay, so from my own opinion, that I think this is a fact. So actually, Malaysian is 7 years behind China, 5 years behind the US, and 3 years behind Singapore, and we are even worse than Indonesia. To be honest, we are actually 1 year back than Indonesia. So, but this MCO thing actually pushed us 2 years earlier than we compared to China, which means we are actually 5 years back with China right now. Because every single small business, and even our age gap, like my parents are really ready go into this digital market. And I always think, I think this MCO period even is over, but people are used to doing Facebook Live, or maybe used to watching articles online, because we can see like the offline marketing, you're using flyers and newspaper. I think they are out of business. So I think this is coming to a digital age. I actually encourage everyone, our audience here, or maybe our customers or our clients, really look into this digital business, and how we can grab a little bit of market share to your company. Because I think most of the people are spending money online. I mean, the GDP online is growing, and also there's more and more competitors are investing into digital. I think everyone should go into it and grab some market share earlier. Because building a successful website or successful digital business is not easy. It is almost like set up a retail store in the market. So I would really encourage people to really go into either go into Facebook and website. The most important thing is must take action. Even though you are not, even if you are not techy, or even though you don't have a knowledge of it, you can always engage some of the consultants out there, like Jun Ho is the best example that I can relate to. I mean, you can really engage his service, to find a proper digital consultant to go into, because that is really crucial. You don't want to spend a lot of money or your time to look into digital. That's what I think, because a lot of people nowadays, they kind of like, they build the website their own, they do the marketing their own. But to me, business owner tend to be, look at the management side, look at the direction, look at the goal, and look at the objective, and focus on finding businesses, but not doing everything their own. So we are now trying to, we are trying to build businesses, not trying to build website, the small little things, doing everything your own. So that's what I think. I mean, I think the difficult part, leave it to the professional. So I think the business owner must focus on what they are supposed to do. I mean, the sales part, the direction, focus to how to treat their staff and things like that. I mean, for the digital world, if you think for you it's too hard to adapt, don't force yourself. I mean, don't do it for the sake of doing it. I mean, engage someone else, and you can hire a very professional team to actually work for you. That's my advice to everyone of you.
So in other words, what you're saying is, outsource whatever that is not your core, right? All right.
Yes.
So in fact, last night I had a discussion again with my wife. So she was saying, hey, there's a big demand in the market because we're buying groceries. Some online store, they only sell vegetables. Some online store, they only sell these kind of things. I said, why don't you go to Lazada? Lazada has everything, But the thing is, on Lazada, some of the providers don't know whether trustworthy or not. So that's why she was looking at all these different grocery providers, and a lot of them are running out of stock. A lot of them are not able to cope with that demand, right? So there is actually an opportunity to set up a web store to sell stuff, whatever you want to sell, right? But then my thinking is that okay, if I was in their shoes, right? I want to set up something, and then I wanna start selling. So where do I even start? So let's say I plant vegetables. They plant ginger, they got bananas and stuff like that. My expertise is actually in farming. Now you ask me,
Right.
wow, you ask me to set up a website, 我不会做 leh. So I think you're right, look into working with someone or even engaging a professional to get it started.
Yeah.
But the concern is still there, like, hey, go back call to deal. I'm sure you get that kind of question also, right? Wow, website so easy only ma. Must 5,000, 8,000 ringgit so expensive one man. 500 ringgit cannot do But it's as funny as you and I think, but from our experience, this is the actual conversation that we get from the market. Like Cyrus says, there are many components involved. Now we're gonna try to go deeper into those components, right? So there are a few categories of people. When it comes to setting up a website, right? First of all, there is a person who like come up with an idea. Now I want to set up a website. Then how do I fulfill the orders, right? For example, hey, I want to set up a website, sell grocery, but my expertise is in digital. I don't have groceries, so how do I fulfill the orders? In doing so, how do I even compete with big boys like Tesco and Lazada? Leh? So in that sense, how do these people start? So that's one. Then there's another category where I have the stock, the goods, etc. to fulfill the orders. I already have the channels going, importing, like ikan bilis or udang kering from East Coast. I already have a farm. I have supplies to get vegetables, but I just don't know how to get it out there. Faster. So there are these two categories of people. So in your opinion, right, Cyrus, I think let's address each category and say one at a time, right? I think based on your opinion, what are the problems faced by these categories of people? What can they do about it?
Let me answer the second question first. The second question is whereby they have the products, but they don't know how to sell on a digital platform, right? Mm-hmm. So my question to them is, because for them to spend 5,000 ringgit to build a website, for example, they think it's expensive. I think it's a matter of the mindset, because they think the website doesn't give them much value than what they are paying. So if you ask them to start up a retail, cost them 500,000, but they are okay to pay for it, because they the subconsciously in their mind saying that retail, it works. So that's why they don't mind to spend 500,000 on that. It's just that because they never touched this digital thing before, they think sending 5,000 to you is like throwing 5,000 to the sea. I think they really need to go into the value whereby this 5,000 when you invested, what's the ROI? When you spend 5,000, what if the next few weeks you get 15,000 sales? So normally how I serve my customer is I show them statistics. I show them like the Google keywords, Google trend statistics. Let's say you are selling fish. So if I can show the data of how many people actually looking into buying fish in Google, let's say it's 3,300 people looking for fish in website. So we only calculate 10%. So 10% of people they like your website, which is 330 people. So 330 people interested in your product, and that is depending on how you can upsell them or you can sell to them, or how you can attract them really. So let's say 50% of them actually really buy for you. The good thing about website and people search you in Google is when the person really interested in your product, only they go and search for the keywords. Only they will go into your website. So when they go into your website, it's the matter of how your website going to look professional that we discussed earlier to actually attract them to buy from you. But to address to go back to the question is that I don't think they know the value of it, and I think they can have a bigger deal in website than in Facebook, because in Facebook it's more like an individual thing. So it's like if I if I sell this fish, I can only sell to a few families or rather a few individuals. But in website, right, you will never know what you are getting. What if people from overseas, they are actually looking for your fish and export to India, for example? Then you might get your first $1 million sales over there. Do you know that your website actually works 24 hours? And your Facebook only works when you are on the Facebook. Like when you're doing live or you do some posting and all this, there's a time gap for you to sell. You cannot sell things like if you post something like your promotion today, I think tomorrow it will expire. I mean, the people will forget about the promotion already. But website is like you're working 24 hours, everything is there. Whenever people search in your website, they will see exactly what you post 1 month ago. And they don't even know you are posted it today or 1 month ago. That's the value they need to look into.
So, okay, I think that response is actually very important. So from what you just mentioned, what I gather is that there are, I think, two components there. Right? Two components there. Number one, the website serves as like a store, like your shop front, and it works for you 24 hours, 24/7. Even though when you're sleeping, the website is actually still selling for you, right? Then the second part is basically how do you actually make it sell for you 24/7. So which under that particular component, I see that there are two categories of things. One is the look and feel, the UI of your website, the ease of use, the ease of retrieving information. Like you mentioned earlier, if I want to book something and you ask me 1,001 questions just for me to fill up a form, then hey dude, I don't want to buy it. I go somewhere else, right? Then so that's the UI UX, the user experience of the website, right? Then the other part is basically in terms of how do you get your website out there, either through Google Ads, etc. Right? And these two are actually very, very important components. Next 2 to 3 episodes, we're going to address exactly these three components. Of course, Facebook, right? And then the UI UX, as well as how do you make your website climb up to the top. Google, right? Google SEO. So that's what Cyrus has shared with us. So can you maybe tell us your opinion now about the first category of people?
So the first category of people is whereby they have the digital expertise, but they don't have the products, right? Okay, so if they have the expertise, I personally think if they have the expertise, and I think they should really go and find the person in the second question, okay, to work with, because I think in business you require passion. I mean, if you only want to make money within this current situation, okay, by all means you can do like drop shipping, or maybe you can grab some of the products for the farmers and all this to come and sell, because you already understand the know-how of the market. But if you have the expertise, I would really encourage people like this to actually build platforms for these farmers, or maybe the fishmongers, to actually get their products online, because most of people want to get the most reasonable price, get the most fresh foods and all this. So, but in returns, maybe you can get some profits out of it, or you can mark up the products out of it. But at the end of the day, it's like it's all depend on your goal. You want to be you want to earn money in short term or in long term. I think it's better that you do a business where you serve all these people, and you clearly that you can see this market is growing, because a lot of people want to go into digital, but they don't know how.
So I think what you're saying is so those with expertise really have to hook up with those who can fulfill. I think it's just like what Lazada is already doing. I think they're
right.
Hey, Lazada, don't pay us or pay me for talking about this, but in my opinion, I think they're doing a good job, because on the one hand, due to MCO, the farmers have to dump their vegetables because of the lockdown. They couldn't deliver they can't have people at farm working. They can't they can't deliver their goods, right? So therefore, fresh goods are rotting. And what Lazada did was they connect with suppliers and actually got the stuff the market, which is actually a very great thing to do. So and what you're saying is, of course, for those who are looking to make a quick buck, there's always Google Apps. You can go and look up how to build a website. Like within a couple of minutes, you can slap up one website and get it going already, right? But as I mentioned earlier, how do you build trust? Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, the currency today is actually all about trust. How do you actually convey trust through your website?
Sure.
So is it still too late to actually set up a website now that we're seeing the trend that MCO may be lifted within a week? If they extend maybe another 2 weeks, is it still too late? Because there are people right now who are looking into learning, all this digital stuff, trying to set up a web store of their own, etc. And then at the one hand, a part of them are probably saying, hey, I think it's too late really because, I don't have the years of experience to build up the SEO, and if I start something today, I may be, competing with Shopee, Lazada. It could be too late. Who am I? I'm like just like, cannot. Do I stand a chance? How do I actually bring myself out? And so there's a sector of pocket of thinking that is like that, right? And then at the same time, they probably saw some opportunities they want to capture, but they felt, hey, I can't move fast enough. The more I try to build my website, the more I don't know, like, oh crap, there's so many things to pick up. What do I do? So what's your advice for these people?
Okay, so the first question is it too late to do or not? So over the years, there's people ask me this question. It's a very great question, Junho. But I always ask them back this question: how late is late? I mean, how do you know it's late, or neither do I know it's late or not? So there's no one to judge it's late or not. But it's the matter of, do you take action or not? So to me, there's no such thing as late. Do you know how to go in or not? So this know-how is very important, because when we go into the digital market, it also differentiates by a lot of segment. It's like you go into vegetable selling businesses. So the other words, you are just competing the competitors that you have in retail, and it converts into online only, which means the competitors right now is not as much as you think. It's just that when you see all these people are selling on Facebook and all this, you think too much of competitors and all this. Actually, no. There's so much of people. I mean, the demand is higher than what they are selling right now. So, which means it's the matter of how you sell your business or you sell your products already. So, set up the platform is just an initial step. Set up a website is just an initial step. So, how to promote the products, that is crucial. So how you differentiate with your products and other competitors' products, that matters. I think people should focus into the content that people seeing, and also the way to market your products. I think that is pretty much essential than having very good platforms. People tend to ask me like going to Lazada better or going to Shopee better? So to me, why not go into both? Just go in.
So based on what you said, right? Assuming that, let's say I've got my content. By the way, building the content itself is another topic by itself. Yeah, but we're gonna park that aside first. So assuming I know my unique selling proposition already, right? Assuming I have my content, just that I have my content, but I think I have my content, but I haven't written it down yet. Let's say you have the content, and then let's say you already kind of figure out what you gotta do with pushing the website out there, right? So let's say you have a plan already. Yeah. So you're gonna want to embark on a journey of setting up the website, right? And I think there are a lot of people out there who is trying to save costs. Right? MCO is ongoing. It's affecting people because I still got all those bills to pay. So assuming that they're going to start small, right? What can they do to actually invest on the first website? So yeah, what's your advice?
Okay, so I believe it's a very great question. I think cost is always a problem for everyone, but I think most of the business owners should really find a solution to overcome this problem. Either you use a platform like Facebook or LinkedIn to actually sell for a penny. I mean, you earn some of the profits, then you invest into website. It also can. But if you really want to go into, the website industry, but you are struggling how to go in, I think there's a lot of platforms out there. For example, there's WordPress, there's Wix, there's Shopify. I actually encourage people you can try it your own first. You can try using, you go to WordPress.com and then you go in, you're figuring out yourself. If you really find it tacky or you really find it difficult to set up, by all means, just get a freelance to help you to set it up. But the main point is this: you must understand the know-how. You don't pay someone for something that you don't know. So you don't even know what you are getting at the end of the day. It's like you engage a website developer, but then you don't know what's website going on, right? You know you do website for what? So it's more like you have to look into yourself. Do you really want to go into this, and do you really know something, or at least the surface of how this digital business works, to have the basic understanding? If you really think this is not your thing, because I was seeing some of the business owner, when they see a lot of wording and they see coding, they tend to sleep. They say, I cannot tahan. So I think this is not your thing. By all means, just do your best, do what you are best in, and outsource to somebody. Because WordPress or website nowadays, we are not talking about the 5-6 figure. So even 4 figure, you can get a very good website. But it's just that you must get the right one. You must get the right one. So that's what I think. People should really understand what you want to do first, instead of doing for the sake of doing.
But so appreciate your answer to that. I guess I felt suppose if I really just want to get something going first, right? And having not much experience on building a website, what platform can I look at? What are my options? Maybe can you suggest 3 options based on?
I think that based on my experience, I think because website also differentiate into a few sectors, like informative website, web store, or rather than e-commerce, and also a customized one. We call it as a service whereby you build this platform like Lazada to serve everyone. So I think the first one is I would rather recommend like informative website. Let's say you have nothing to sell, you just want to promote your company's company profiles and all this. You can go to Wix. I think Wix is a very good platform that you can go into, and it's free. You need to use that Wix domain, right? So that one is for, I think I recommend Wix for the informative website. For web store, I would recommend WordPress WooCommerce, because WordPress, you see, this go to a really complicated thing. WordPress is an informative thing, but then you will need to plug in into this platform called WooCommerce to actually start out a web store, or rather go into Shopify. But Shopify, you need, but it's the installment basis every month or every year lah. So if it's free, I would rather say go to WordPress, go to WooCommerce. So the last one will be a custom one. Custom will be you look for a proper web developer to develop something that can actually serve multiple vendors, whereby that is what I consider as a real business going on, whereby you have a dream. Let's say you have a dream to build something like Lazada or something like Shopee or something like Grab to serve more people in the future, but they require more budgets and also more time to go into.
So what you're saying is, first, let's say I'm a newbie, right? I want to start doing my own thing. So I gotta first consider, I think, to consider what kind of website do I want to build, right? Whether do I just want to share information, that's an informative website, or is it a web store for people to buy and sell, or is it a platform, right? Okay.
Yeah.
There are a few other than Wix. There are a few others as well. Why would you recommend Wix?
Okay, I think Wix, I like Wix is because it's very easy to use. So this Wix is very simple. Just drag and drop. There's template inside, and you can actually, drag the image and then just put in whatever that you want to put in, and you just gotta type your content just on the web page itself. So you will get what you can actually design your own and actually get what exactly you design. So, and you can actually basically set up in one to 2 days. So that's what I think people should really go into for starting. I mean, you just gotta try it, and you will find out how easy it is.
Yep. So basically, what you're saying is Wix is free. There's a paid version as well, but it's easy to use because it's drag and drop, right? And then, of course, WordPress, based on my own experience, is actually not easy. Of course, I would say that WordPress websites is somewhere in the middle. Wix is a good start, right? WordPress website is somewhere in the middle. The more advanced one, if you're gonna want to include things like a functional website for people to perform some kind of a work or function, that would be actually is a web app already, isn't it? It's not even just a website. It's actually a web app. In other words, it's a software as a service. Right? Yeah. So we're almost coming to the end, right? Cyrus, assuming that I already have a modern website, okay?
All right.
And I suppose based on what you say, people will not automatically come to my website, isn't it? Right? And here's where we actually go back to the beginning when Cyrus actually told us, having just a website, it doesn't do anything for you. You gotta figure out how to promote the website, how to bring it out there, right? And we earlier talked about, Google. We talked about Facebook. We talked about the UI UX. I think what I'm trying to ask is, assuming that I have already drafted or crafted my first website, so as a first step, what can I do to actually increase traffic?
So there is a few segments for this also. First step, second step, and third step. I put it as a basic, medium, basic, medium, and advanced.
Yeah, let's talk about the basics.
So so promoting in the digital business now, I think it's very easy because there's just a few options that you can choose. That's what I think. Not like retail. You need a certain connection, or you need a certain trust, or you need a very nice interior design. You spend thousands or millions on it. So that I think is much more complicated than doing digital. Digital, few options only. You either go into Google Ads, but there is a paid version lah. So or Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever that you heard of, like Twitter, Instagram, or maybe TikTok. You see, I can really count in my fingers lah. Which means out of 10, I mean, you just got to promote in these 10 platforms that you know of, or maybe you can do some surveys of your friends, like which platform they normally go into. Okay, for first step, if you have no budget at all, even like RM1 also don't have, you're just gonna post your website into your Facebook and write a proper content. So when we say proper content, which means, let's say, I tend to see a lot of people post their website and Facebook saying that, please support me. So you think your friend will support you or not? Maybe one or two lah, your best friend, your girlfriend, your mom will support you. But this kind of contents like please support me, normally they don't support lah, because they don't understand what you do and all this. Maybe write a good description or article about how you understand your business and why you show your passion to the people out there, why you build this website and what's the intention of the website and how your website gonna help more people. I think that will potentially generate you a first sale. That's what I think, because you have no money, right? So the condition is like this: you have no money. Just post as much as a lot of platforms to gain more exposure. But the key is this: there's people coming into your website, but I think analytics is very important for everyone. You must look into why people is not buying from your website, because you maybe a lot of people also ask me like, I post a lot of platforms, I even spam on somebody's Instagram comment section and all this, but I see a lot of people coming to our website. Why people are not buying? So, but and they claim it as I have a modern website. I think my website is UI UX friendly and it's very easy to use. Why no people want to buy? So my question to him is actually, how do you know your website is actually modern and also user friendly? So we don't judge based on ourselves. We are not selling the products to ourselves. We are selling to other people. So we must we actually supposed to ask them. Like, how do you feel about my website? But the thing is, people who coming to your website, they don't know, it's not talkable. You cannot ask like, hey, you come to our website, do you like my website or not? So you cannot actually ask like that. So analytics play a big part whereby they come into the website. You can actually track their inbound, which means they come into the website, which page they are in, and how long they stay in your page. So from there, you will roughly understand which page attract them the most. So you maybe need to look into what are the things that is really attract them, and look into the page that there is not much of attraction coming in, and then improve from there. So really improve from time to time. There's no best website in first day lah. So this is because this is a proper digital business. It takes time to nurture, and it takes time to for people to understand your website and to make a first sale in your website.
So being a newbie, when you mention what you just mentioned, wow, it's I feel very daunting. Like so many things so many things That's why from the very beginning you were advising our audience, our viewers, hey, outsource. Yes, it's really a lot of things to take care of. Now, of course, for those who want to actually really seriously consider to take this time to actually invest in I would say, a functional website, you want to make sure that it gives you a return on your investment. How can you help me right now?
Okay, let's say I treat you as a customer. So how I do to my customer is, when someone actually engage us and they actually want to buy our services, I will actually go into research on their business first. Let's say you are selling, for example, shoes. So I need to go into this shoes market, and then to make sure when you do website from us, you actually get some beneficial out of it. I don't like to do business like I sell on a website, but it's not working for you. So this is not our core. So how we do is, we want you to spend money, and then in return you get a lot of value back, or maybe you can get your money back in a few months, or maybe a year, or things like that. So I will go into research, very heavily research on this. I will research on Google, I will research on Facebook, get the analytics together to show you the potential of your digital business. What is the potential of the digital business? If you go into website or maybe Facebook and LinkedIn and all this, what are the potential numbers are you looking at? So let's say if you have 5,000, if I can guarantee you, or maybe give you a potential analytics to show you in the next few years, you will get back 100% of what you are investing in. Is that will be good for you. So it's the matter of your business, is it suitable to go online or not? But I believe in this MCO period, I think everyone business is suitable. It's just the matter of how to penetrate into this market, either using Facebook or website. But I think website everyone should have, because this is like your company profile.
So based on what you said just now, right? So let's say I'm seriously looking into building this thing, my website, but I'm not sure where should I start, and I want to make sure that whatever effort and investment that I put in, I want to see an ROI. So in order for you to help me, are you saying that we start with a conversation of you looking into my business, and you would advise what would be the best way to proceed with a website that actually is able to give me an ROI. Is that what you think?
Right.
So how can I
Yes.
engage with you right now? You know?
Okay. So if you're gonna engage us, you can go to our Facebook page. So like
You
I say,
also
Facebook
use
page is
Facebook
like
page.
a fan page. Yeah, you go to our Facebook page called ETC Tech. We call ourselves as a programming factory. So we are very passionate in what we are doing, and also we are responsible for our customers as well as client. Or you can reach out to my Facebook. My name is Cyrus. So I hope to see you guys there. Yeah.
All right, man. All right, Cyrus. Thank you very much for spending your time with us today. I really appreciate the I would say the nuggets, your sharing. I think there are definitely a lot of values there. And after this, we will actually give you some of the examples that Cyrus mentioned about. For example, what is an example of a good content? What is an example of a good website with a good UI UX? As well as we will make some recommendations for you. So check out the links that we'll be posting below, and stay tuned for our next episode, which we're going to talk about how you can use social media to actually push your website out there. And at the same time, build your branding, whether it's personal branding or whether it's your company branding using social media. And we're going to bring in another expert into that episode. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next episode on DXTV. Thank you very much.